Kahala Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahushai, Bahasham, Waha, Rachak Wadash. Double honors to the apostles, the great millstone. Peace and blessings to you, Akim, pushing this word throughout the four corners of the earth in truth and sincerity. This is Amathia from the GMS Dallas camp, and just wanted to go into a quick lesson about getting into trying times. These times that we're getting into, okay? Getting into trying times, all right? And when you go into the times that we're starting to see and the things that are happening upon the earth, we know that you're going to be tested. You're going to be tested in faith. All right. The Lord is going to put things and have things to transpire that's going to see if you're going to continue in the faith or waver. All right. So, and that's how you get built up to get stronger, in your faith and truth. All right. Test, okay. Some that basically give you resistance. That's how you build muscles in the gym. You go against the resistance and you constantly work that till you build your muscles. And we're spiritually building our muscles here through the spirit of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. All right. All these things that are coming, all right, it's going to get to a point where it's going to be a so-called freedom of speech. These things are starting to come to an end as we see dealing with the things that someone will post, all right, and you try to say, if you say something about the small hats, you know what I'm talking about, that, like you say, what Ye said, what Kyrie said, all these things and what's happened. Then you have something called a cancel culture. They just come in and they want to cancel you. They want to stop your speech. So now we're seeing that now Jake, which is when we say Jake is short for Jacob, through Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, you so-called black Latinos and Native Americans are the true nation of Israel. That's who we call Jake. You're starting to wake up because you're hearing the rich man, but you got to get more answers. The rich man say something about you being the nation of Israel, the real tribe, okay, of the JEWSs. Then you're starting to listen, but they can only give you so many, letting you know who you are. But to get the true answers, you got to come to the true men of the Lord, the prophets, all right? The ones who signed the crime, that's been signing the crime for all these years on the highways and byways, starting from our apostles, elders on down. All right. So you have to get this because time is short. We're getting in trying times. It's going to get to a point where the word is going to be basically stopped upon the internet, on the highways and byways. All these things are about to come to a close. How do we know? Because we know through prophecy. Because the spirit of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, who the world ignorantly calls God, his name is Yahweh, and his son Yahweh Shai, okay, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus, has put out the prophecy advising that it will be a famine of the word. This is Amos 8 and verse 11. It says, "Behold, the days come, saith the Lord Yahweh, that I will send a famine in the land, not a famine of bread, nor a thirst for water, but of hearing of the word of the Lord." So this is coming. For hearing the word of the Lord, it's going to get to a point where they're going to cut off the speech of the Lord, especially from the men, the true prophets of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Not these Christian churches, not these Christian pastors that are not giving you no answers. Verse 12. All right. "And they shall wander from sea to sea, and from the north even to the east. They shall run to and fro and seek the word of the Lord, and shall not find it." So this is what's going to happen. Then you're going to look for answers, and then what's going to happen is the Christian pastors not going to be able to give you the true answer of what's going on, because they don't give you prophecy. They're not letting you know what's coming down the pipe. All right. Famine, pestilence, destruction, all these things. Hell, they don't even go into the Apocrypha. And that is something that you can read in the Apocrypha and gives you what's the trying times we're coming into. All right. They don't go into Matthew 24. They don't give you the true understanding. All right. Because wisdom and knowledge is the stability of our time. All right. These are the trying times that we're in. And I'm going to get that as well. All right. This is Isaiah 33:6. It says, and wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times. All right. And these times that we're in are bad times, evil times, as it says in Ephesians, the 5th chapter. All right. So the stability of our time and strength of salvation. The fear of the Lord is his treasure. So we continue having that fear of the Lord and basically walking the path of the Lord. You know what I'm saying? Praying and praying for repentance and mercy. The Lord see that we have that fear. Because all these things are coming to pass. All right. All these things is going to happen. The famine of the word. Actual famine of food. All right, Ukraine, look at what's going on in like Ukraine and Russia, all these major exports of global wheat. It's going to get to a point where it's not going to be sent out as much as we get more and more into these winter months. Look at the food processing plants, the meat packaging plants. Around 100 meat packaging plants have been destroyed and burnt up. You said it was a few of them that planes crashed into the food processing plants. You got to think this is a organized demolition of famine that's going to be caused here in Babylon the Great, aka America. All right. And looking like in Georgia, Illinois, and other states, millions of chickens and turkeys were destroyed. All right, a dozen of these farms. All right, and you can look this up and Google it. You can see the things and that this has actually happened. Millions of chicken and turkeys and things like that are destroyed. All right, all this is coming to the point where it's going to bring forth famine upon the earth, and especially here in Babylon the Great, aka America. Because if you don't know, let me just let you know, that this is going to be setting up by Esau Edom. We know ultimately it's through Yahweh Shem Shai, but Esau Edom thinking he's going to offset the prophecy by what? Destroying majority of the people here, like on the Georgia Guidestone. They wanted to get 500 million people on earth, and it's billions and billions of people upon the earth. They want to get down to 500 million. This is the way to do it, through famine, all right? Through diseases, all these things that has been coming upon and manifested upon the earth. Ezekiel 4, verse 16, it says, moreover, he said unto me, son of man, behold, I will break the staff of bread in Jerusalem, and they shall eat bread by weight and with care, and they shall drink water by measure and with astonishment. All right. And that, if you look and going into it, all right, you got an abundance of food now. You can go to any restaurant. All right. You can go get something to eat. Like say at Jack in the Box here in Texas. You know what I'm saying? What we call it Jack in the Crack. You can get that at any time of night. All right, Whataburger, any time of night. You can get up at 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock in the morning and say, you know what, I want to go grab something to eat. Some grocery stores open that late. It's going to get to a point where it's going to be as bad that you won't be able to receive food like that. It's going to be to a point where you won't be able to go to the store and grab food during the time that, during the day. And it's going to get so bad where if you go get food, you're going to have to basically duck in and out just to get to the store. And if you buy food, you're going to have, like you say, vultures, you know what I'm saying? And I'm talking about the people that's going to be on standing outside or in the stores watching to see who grabs food and gets food. So when you get out, they're going to be able to, they're going to be there to take it. All right. That's why I'm saying you got to measure your bread by weight. It's not going to be to a point where you're going to just be able to just get food and just go get in your vehicle and just drive on off to your house. And if so, if you make it back home, you may just have a bag of rice, a little bag of rice that may have to last you for a couple of weeks. Or a bottle of water that you may have to sip on, you and your family. Might be a family of 4 and 5 that make a sip of water here, sip of water there. All right. It shows you in that movie Blackout. We watched the brothers. We watched over one time after class, and we watched the movie Blackout, and it shows you just in a matter. I think that was what I want to say 8 days or a couple of weeks, and these people was going crazy, getting killed over a can of beans, things like that. So these times that's gonna happen, it's not gonna be a long progression. Once everything comes to being scarce, it don't take long for the people to go mad, the people to become lunatics, go crazy. You know what I'm saying? All this is coming. If you, I was looking at the news the other day. Amazon planning to lay off 10,000 people, 10,000 workers. Facebook is due to lay off 15,000. That is 25,000 people just for 2 jobs, 2 companies. So you can expect these things are gonna get much, much worse. All right. These things are the world is gonna have a turn in events here. All right. All these countries, they're gonna experience a change in like being like a successful country to like a third world country, to like a third world country in a matter of days. You know what I'm saying? Weeks. This is what's coming down the pipe, right? And I'm gonna go ahead and read some, because this is gonna be like it says in Ezekiel 24 around the 38, 39th verse, like as in the days of Noah. All right, people marrying, you know what I'm saying, and and partying, and then the flood came, and like you say, unexpected, like a thief in the night. And that's what's gonna happen in these times. People just gonna be still enjoying themselves, not worrying about the future, not worried about repenting. And then it's gonna happen all of a sudden like a thief in the night, right? And I want to get something here, and I'm gonna go ahead and try to close it out. This is 2nd Ezra 16, and I want to get started at a good point. All right. This is 2nd Ezra 16 and 18. I'm going to read 19 and 20. It says, the beginning of sorrows and great mourning, the beginning of famine and great death, the beginning of wars, and the power shall stand in fear, the beginning of evils. What shall I do in when these evils come? Okay, when these bad times come, because evil stands for bad times. All right. Behold, famine and plague, tribulation and anguish are sent as scourges for amendment. All right. And like I said, them scourges is going to be, like you say, it's something that you would do like a whip, something that beat somebody, or something that is harmful, something that, you know what I'm saying? So it's going to be a lot of scourges for amendment. Verse 20. But all these things they shall not turn from their wickedness, nor be always mindful of the scourges. So they're not going to, you're going to have the 2/3, and these heathens are not going to turn from their wickedness. So when bad times hit, it's only going to get worse. The manner of the people are going to get worse, because like the scripture say, what manner of man will you be when these things come? What manner of man are you going to be? And we know that when things get bad, people lose it. All right. When things start, when you start losing, then you lose it. You know what I'm saying? So these good times are coming to, like I say, these sunny days. Everybody think that everything is all peaches, dandelions, and lollipops is finna come to a knot. You finna see a lot of death, a lot of great mourning that's finna happen upon the earth. And that's what we're out here letting our people know, to turn back and repent, because these days are finna turn to bad times. So the good times are finna turn to the bad times. All right. These times are finna get real bad. So just pray. Hey, and knowing that if we got, like I say, a bright future with Yahweh Shem Yahushua, once this kingdom of Babylon the Great, who is ran by the Edomites, is going to be brought down, and the kingdom of heaven is going to be brought up. So with that, call halal Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Waha, Rachakodash. Double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone. Peace and blessings to Yaki and pushing this word in truth and sincerity. Shalom.